Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Hit Zone with your host, J.Hitz and C-Rob. Sit back, grab yourself a drink, and let's talk sports.
Hello, everyone. It's your boy, J.Hitz.
And I'm C-Rob.
And together, we're the Hit Zone. We're just two homeboys talking sports. So, C-Rob, my guy, what's been up, man?
Hey man, it's been a week since the last show. Lots been happening. Lots been happening in the sports world, and looking forward to talking about it, chopping it up with my boy. But while we chopping it up, we're gonna enjoy the official drink of the Hit Zone.
You know, we can't do nothing without the official drink of the Hit Zone, baby.
Yes, sir. It's freaking delicious. You know what I'm saying?
And like you said, man, there's been a lot going on, bro. Matter of fact, it's been breaking news. So let's get it started, baby. All right.
Hey, we're gonna start it off, man, with the legend, the champ, the original GOAT, passed away over the weekend. And we just want to give some love, give a shout out to Bill Russell, man. He's a 11-time champion, man. Like when you look up champion in the dictionary, you should see a picture of this man's face.
No doubt, man. Hey, anybody that's won 11 championships got to be great. I didn't see him play personally because he's a little, out of my age group or whatever. But yeah, the guy was a beast, man. 11-time champion. I think he even won a championship as a coach, man. So that tell you how great he was. He was the reason that LeBron James won number 6 with Miami. Paying homage to the legend. So yeah, man. RIP to the GOAT, man. To the real GOAT. 11-time championship winning Bill Russell, no doubt.
Yeah, I don't think we'll ever see anybody do that again. I think that's times have changed and it's a lot harder to do now, but not to slight him. Like, hey, he's the original GOAT. Got to give it to him.
Got to.
And now there's somebody else that passed away over the weekend, man, and we got to pay homage. Hey, so while I'm wearing this right now, just want to take a minute and just listen to this.
And all year long, he answered the demands until he was physically unable to start tonight with 2 bad legs. The bad left hamstring and the swollen right knee. He's trying to catch lightning right now. 3-2 at the plate. High fly ball into right field. She is gone!
Hey, Vin Scully, legendary broadcaster, man. And I remember watching that in my parents' kitchen. I remember that moment. And that dude was great. And there's been tributes to him all day. Just how he could tell stories and tell the game at the same time. He's amazing. And hey, I just can't say enough about Vince. What you got?
Oh, yeah, man. Vin Scully, he's great, man. He's definitely on my Mount Rushmore of broadcasters. I got Vin Scully, John Madden, Howard Cosell, and Marv Howard. No doubt, man. R.I.P. Vin, man. Greatness.
Yes, sir. And, we like to argue. I can't argue with that Mount Rushmore. That's solid. That's solid. But, it's enough with the sad news. Now, let's talk about let's talk a little NFL, bro. And news broke last 24, 48 hours about the Miami Dolphins. Miami has had a very interesting offseason, with the pickups that they've made, and everybody's really excited about their team this year. But let's not forget there's some shade going around on how they got rid of their coach. And I mean, looks like the NFL is kind of making them pay, not necessarily for how they got rid of their coach, but I mean, they're tampering with Sean Payton and the GOAT Tom Brady. Like, what kind of mess is this, bro? This is common sense. You can't just talk to people without permission. And I think they even like they had a talk with those guys and their agent. Like, I don't know what to think about Miami's owner. What's your thoughts?
It made me wonder, was that the reason that Tom Brady retired last year to get picked up by the Dolphins? You know, it's just shady, man. Even the way they did Flores, the coach. I mean, I don't feel sorry for them. They getting what they deserve, man. Miami, come on, dude. Y'all can do better than that, you know. But yeah, they getting what they deserve. What they have to give up, some draft picks or something?
Yeah, the owner has been fined. I think he's fined like $1.5 million and suspended for like the first 8 games. I don't know what it means for the owner to be suspended, but a draft first round pick, that's significant. And interestingly enough, they're going to have to practice during training camp against Tampa Bay. So that should be a lot of fun too. Yeah. And I hope we get some good stories out of that. But yeah, I don't like Miami. I don't like their owner. I don't like how they done Flores. So hey, I'm pulling against them. Period. So this story with DeShaun Watson has we think it might have made its climax over these last few days. We think. I mean, dude's been accused of assaulting like 20-something women. Clearly, if you've read anything about this, he's into some wild stuff with some masseuses. I don't know what to think about this situation, bro. I got daughters. If my daughter was a masseuse and this dude did some of the crazy stuff he's been accused and seems like he admits to doing, I would say 6 games is not enough. I mean, he's not been found guilty in the court of law, but in the NFL, they don't need a court of law. So 6 games just seems it's pretty small, and I think the NFL is going to appeal that. What's your thoughts?
It's so Roger Goodell-ish. Like, okay, they got an arbitrator. The arbitrator came out and said we're finna give him 6 games. Like I said, no criminal charges been filed. I don't know what he did in those rooms. You don't know what he did in those rooms. It's his word against theirs. Yeah, and it's a lot of them come forward. Sometimes, you know, those saying where there's smoke, there's fire. I get that. But at the same time, there wasn't anything criminal happen. If I went to a masseuse and I did these type of things and there was nothing criminal that came from this, my job wouldn't suspend me. Now, I get it. It's the NFL. You know, I'm not an NFL player. I get it. So, okay, yeah. I think he deserved a suspension. The arbitrator came back with 6 games. Okay, I can argue where that is fair. But what's not fair is when you have a guy like Roger Goodell could say, hey, oh, no, I don't think that's good enough. I'm going to give you 12 games. And no one else can dispute it. No one can say, no. I mean, it's the law, period. And I just don't like that, man. I feel like the NFL players need to try to get some power back. I know it's hard, but you got to get some kind of power back from these owners, man. It's getting to the point where it's just like, come on, bro. You know, like I said, when I started this, it's so Roger Goodell-ish. I get so tired of this dude throwing his weight around like that all the time, man. Come on, bro. Let's get this guy. Let's hold him accountable for the things that he, you know, the law that he sets for these players, man. I just don't like
it. That's true. Like, hey, Roger is, you know, what he's done in the past, like that's what we know about him. He's punished guys with pretty much no evidence. Like, straight up, it's one person, what he said, she said, and he's like, oh, well, it's what she said. And when I'm talking like that, I'm talking about how he did Zeke. He kind of put Zeke's career in the tailspin, so to speak. So I'll as a Cowboy fan, I don't think I'll ever forgive him for that. And you're right, man. Like this dude, there was an independent arbitrator, and this dude, if he doesn't like what the arbitrator said, can appeal it. And who is he appealing to? He's appealing to himself. Like, don't you wish you could do that? If you don't agree, if you don't agree with what somebody's done that's supposed to be over you, that's supposed to be, oh well, like, hey, I go to court or something, and I don't like what the judge says, I'm gonna appeal to me, and I'm gonna come up with with a fair decision. Like, it's mess, bro. It's mess. I don't like it, but it is what it is, man. And that's the NFL. And as far as the players stepping up and kind of taking power away from the owners, it'll never happen because these guys, it's the haves and the have-nots. The haves, like these quarterbacks and some of these DBs and left tackles and stuff, like, hey, they getting their money. Some of them getting guaranteed deals. Like, hell, we just talked about DeShaun Watson. His deal's fully guaranteed. Like, those guys, they're good. But there's the have-nots. The have-nots are why the NFL stands for not for long. They just trying to get their paper and move on. They know, hey, my career might only last 3 years. Let me get this money. I ain't got time to be fighting and worrying about somebody else getting suspended. And as long as that's how they look, as long as that's how they live, NFL Players Association will be the weakest players association in sports. They'll never be what baseball players are or NBA. That's just facts.
No doubt. No doubt. But hey, I'm kind of tired of talking about Cleveland Brown football. This is the hit zone, baby. And we talk Cowboys here. And let's talk about breaking Cowboy news, can we?
Okay, let's do that.
Because it came down, man. My boys signed Anthony Barr. I was waiting for this signing, dude. I was worried that the Cowboys weren't going to get him because I think he was asking for a multiple year deal and some pretty big money, man. But they was able to. I don't know who on the Cowboys staff that convinced these guys to sign 1 year deals, but whoever it is, they're good at it. Because they get these dudes to sign these 1 year deals. And the thing I like about a 1 year deal, man, it's a proven deal. So you're going to get their best. You remember Robert Crane a couple of years ago? Yep. You're going to get these guys best. So about a year or two, our linebacker core was one of our weaknesses going into the season. You can argue that this might become a strength with Anthony Barr, Michael Parsons, Jabril Cox, and Van Der Esch. Man, hey, that's pretty solid right there, man. Awesome. And hey, I got a feeling that this defense is going to be it's going to be pretty good, man. What's your thoughts?
Hey, man, I think this guy's like only 30 years old, man. Like, I think there's some tread left on them tires, man. I think he still got it. I think he wanted more money from Minnesota, and Minnesota just let him go. And when that happens, you can't go back, right? So hey, their loss, I think, is our gain. I think was he like the 9th pick, something like that? He's certainly a first round pick. Mm-hmm. And he's a multiple time Pro Bowler. So there's something there with him. I can imagine, or I can envision him kind of taking some of those when we need Parsons to rush the passer. We can have Barr in there as an actual linebacker. Let Parsons do what he does best. Let him play in, let him blitz from the linebacker position, and you still got a solid guy that's right there. That's a Pro Bowler that's been there and done that. So yeah, man, I'm really excited about this signing. I asked you earlier when we got him, I was like, but can he catch though? So that brings me to this. James Washington broke his foot, a Jones fracture, out 6 to 10 weeks, bro. We only got one wide receiver that's caught a touchdown in the NFL. This scary.
Yeah, I was expecting a big season from James Washington. I felt like he was kind of lost in the shuffle at Pittsburgh because Pittsburgh has a lot of good receivers. Yeah, I felt like he was going to come in and be a real contributor. When I saw the news that he was out with a broken foot for 6 to 10 weeks, man, it was a gut punch. But hey, man, like you said, bro, the only receiver on this roster that's calling a touchdown pass that you really can count on is CeeDee Lamb. I somewhat feel like we do have talent at that position. It's just unproven. So I kind of feel like what the Cowboys are going to do, they're going to start the season with what we have. For the first 2 to 3 weeks, we're going to see what we got. And I feel like if it's a problem, we're going to pull another Amari Cooper trade. We're going to give up a first-round pick to go get somebody to bring in. I don't want that to happen. I don't want to see it to happen. I would love for these guys to come in, can kind of like hold us steady somewhat until Michael Gallup get back. I feel when Michael Gallup come back, it can improve our receiving core somewhat. But if what's the guy? Jalen Tolbert and the guy that I was high on coming into training camp is TJ Vasher. If these guys can come in and just somewhat hold down the ship just until we can get some of our guys back, even with James Washington, it says 6 to 10 weeks, was kind of weird. I usually hear 6 to 8, 6 to 10. That's kind of a big gap. So, but if he can come back, say 6 weeks, he probably will miss 2 to 3 games at max. And I think that, like I say, if these young guys can kind of hold down the ship, can kind of just hold the fork down, keep us competitive until we get Michael Gallup back and James Washington back, we might be okay before we, just abort mission and take our first round draft pick and send it to some other team and try to get a receiver like we did Amari Cooper. I don't want to do that this year if we can help it.
I tell you, man, what's scary is, first off, it's training camp. So every team's gonna suffer somebody getting injured. And what you hope is it's not somebody major. So what I'm scared to death of now is, man, like, we need to put CD in bubble wrap. Like, he need the red jersey like Dak. Like, hey, don't mess with him. Like, hey, if he going up for a ball, just let him get it. Because, hey, man, if something happened to him, man, we in serious trouble. And quite honestly, I think we in trouble right now. But hey, what do I know? We Cowboy fans, we always hoping. I always get on you like, hey, we hope this happens. So if this happens, then this will happen, But what they can stand on is they found diamonds in the rough before. Like, hey, man, when Tony got hurt, then Kellen Moore broke his foot. Say, man, we were like, well, this season's trash. And then some fourth round pick out of nowhere just came in and just balled out first preseason game and just went on from there. So, I mean, they've proven, hell, Cole Beasley, Miles Austin, hell, Tony Romo, like, they've proven they can find diamonds in the rough. So, hey, here's to hoping, hey, one of these guys can ball out. I hope. We'll see. But we in desperation mode right now, bro.
No doubt.
You got anything?
No doubt. A receiving core it's a concern, but man, I'm a homer, man, and I like to push sunshine into this podcast, man. I know if I'm not going to fall into this doom and gloom with you, C-Rob. Okay, there are some good things coming out of training camp. Not only we signed Anthony Barr, true enough, but from what I'm hearing, man, our rookies are looking good, man. Tyler Smith, they say, man, this dude is. I've seen a play where he stalemated Tank Tank Lawrence, man. Like held him right there, you know. Of course, my click to pick, the rookie that I said was going to get 10 sacks and be the rookie of the year, man, he's showing up, man. He's showing up and showing out. That's my boy Sam Williams, man. Hey, the dude is a beast. I think you showed me a quote that Michael Parsons said about him earlier today.
Now this is your last year's rookie of the year, talking about this guy that Hitz says is going to be rookie of the year. He has a lot of tenacity. He's strong, not just strong, super strong. I don't know, man. Look, when Michael Parsons talk like that get me hype, bro. That get me hype. So, hey, you've been high on this kid since day one. You like, bro, you need to watch the film. Watch the film. Hey, I watched it. Hey, I like what I saw, no doubt. But then when I see what I've seen so far in training camp, it's exciting. And then when I see, like, Parsons has said even more than that. Like, Parsons has said, I think he's going to be rookie of the year. Now, hey, all right, let's go then. All right, I'm here for it. And we've been getting good reports about the rookie left guard, Tyler Smith, pancaking fools left and right. Like they can't get off of him. And hey, that's exciting. But you sunshine and rainbows, I'm the voice of reason. It's training camp, bro. They've only worn pads twice. Like, let's see what happens in games. That's what I want to see. I'm not gonna be sold on training camp. Y'all giving me hope. Get me a little excited, but not there yet. I gotta see it on film, because right now, especially with Tyler Smith, he hold up and he pancaking fools, but hell, I don't know if he's holding. They might not be calling that in practice, but they'll call it in the game. You know, but hey, the fact that he's holding himself up and he's not getting pushed around like Connor Williams was, hey, that's something to be proud of, and so I won't be completely negative. But I think I'm more high on Sam Williams right now. But that's just because, I mean, you got baby Lawrence Taylor saying this dude is next. So hey, it's exciting.
And you're right, man. It's training camp, and you can't buy too much into training camp, but there's some things that you can gauge with training camp. And one thing that I saw with watching a couple of things that was going on in training camp was Dan Quinn rotated these defensive linemen in and out. Like, you don't know who the starter is. Like these dudes are like 2 plays out, 1 play out, and it's like, that's exciting, man. That means that's a testament to the depth that we have at defensive line, which is something that we haven't been able to say in a few years. So I'm really excited, man. Like I say, Digazua, these guys, Ridge with the rookie Ridgeway. I'm excited to see some of these dudes, man. I feel like gonna be a big impact for us this year, man. I'm real crunk about it, bro.
Hey, man, looking at the schedule, Saturday, August 13th at Denver Broncos. That's the first test. That's not even a test. That's the first little pop quiz for these young guys. And I think we talked about this earlier. It looks like the defense is ahead of the offense, but that's generally how things go the first week or so of training camp. So I'd be more nervous if it was the other way around. Because, again, we talked about the issues on offense. I'm less concerned about the defense. And, hey, as a Cowboy fan, it's the first time in a long time you can say that, you can make that statement. I'm more concerned with the offense than the defense. And, hey, man, defense win championships. I can't believe I just said that.
I do sometimes. I noticed another thing. I noticed something else with some of the video that we get coming out of training camp. Joseph. He's not looking good, bro. like every highlight that we see is him getting burnt. Like TJ Vasher caught a nice pass over him. What's the rookie? What's the rookie we got? I mean, all I'm seeing is just him getting burnt. So it's not good. But hey, on the other side, Anthony Brown, man. Anthony Brown is showing up and showing out, bro. I think Anthony Brown is kind of like coming into his own. You know, sometimes with cornerbacks, it takes a few years. And I think it's clicking with him, man. Because I think a lot of times we give up on cornerbacks and they go to other teams and they do real good. So I think we probably wrote Anthony Brown off a little too early, man. I kind of see him coming and having a pretty big year, man. And we know what we got on the other side with Diggs, man. So if we can get our secondary to come with it to match our front seven, bro. The sky's the limit for our defense, man.
Hey man, the secondary is solid. Like the safeties, like again, as a Cowboy fan, when's the last time you've gone into the season saying I'm not worried about the safety position? It's been a while, bro. It's been a while since you was able to say that confidently. Not saying I hope the safeties are okay.
Darren Wilson and Roy Williams.
It might have been the last time, man. And I say what I say about Diggs, but hey, he does make plays. Like you can't discount that. And Brown, man, I like Anthony Brown. Like you're right. I think for some reason we think about, I guess the Cowboy fans, we get spoiled and we had this expectation that every corner is supposed to be a shutdown corner because we had a couple back in the day. That's a long time ago, bro. Like Andy Brown is a solid NFL cornerback. And hey, I think our secondary is pretty good. And you combine that with the speed in the front seven, man. I don't think we'll make as many turnovers as we did last year because it's hard to repeat that.
Yeah.
But I think they're gonna make some plays. And hey, if they can get pressure on the quarterback, then maybe they will. Maybe Diggs will get 12, 13, 14 picks if a quarterback is just throwing it up. And hey, well, maybe we just getting some scooping scores, man. But I feel real confident in the defense, man. That's no lies, bro. No lies. The defense will not be the reason we have a bad season. Heard it here first.
No doubt. I'm liking the defense. Another concern that I have that is not being stated a lot is the kicking game, bro. Who's our kicker? I know we don't have Greg the Leg anymore. Like, who's the kicker, bro?
Hey, where is he though? Because I was some reports where they were like, yo, they're watching the kickers going back and forth, and they said at one point there was like 11 kicks in a row that were missed. That's not good, bro. Like, I'm glad we signed this linebacker, but we need to get some kickers on the phone, bro. We need to get some soccer players, something, because hey man, what you don't want is to say, oh man, we could have won our division, we could have won this playoff game, but our kicker cost us.
And I'll tell you this, a great defense, the best friend to a great defense is a kicker. Yeah. So if our defense is as good as we think they are, or as good as we would like them to be, we need a pretty solid kicker, man. Because if your defense is able to hold a 3-point lead, man, you don't want the kicker to come in and miss a field goal and lose the game. So I don't know, when do we start like not really putting a lot into our kickers? When did that happen?
Well, Cowboys for the longest time was the only team that had like a kicking coach, not a special teams coach, but a kicking coach. And I think from that point on, they're like, oh, we'll just coach them up. But nah, we don't have that guy anymore. So now, we just depend on the special teams coach. And hey, man, Bones Fossil he's like this guru special teams guy. He's guru with doing fakes and stuff. but I don't think he's, whispering in these ears the right way and these kickers the right way, because that's a scary report, bro. Like, man, if we lose a bunch of like one possession games because of a kicker, bro, it'll, you know what? It would be just like the Cowboys, bro. We'll finally make it to the NFC Championship game, and we'll be lined up to kick a field goal from the 10 to win it.
Not the 10.
And that mug gonna go wide left, bro. And I'm just gonna walk away. That's what the Cowboys would do, bro. They better fix this, fix it quick, bro. For real.
No doubt, man. Well, C-Rob, it's like that's gonna bring our show to an end right there, man. Got any closing remarks or anything you want to get out there?
Oh man, hey, this is a fun show, man. Like we always knew once football season started, man, it was gonna go. These shows gonna start going quick, man. So, hey, man, real excited. Like we said, man, Saturday, August 13th. And guess what, bro? Before our next show, there's going to be an NFL game, bro. Hall of Fame game, bro. So I doubt we talk much about it, but hey, it'll be some football we can watch, at least for like half a quarter.
It's football, no doubt. With that being said, man, please share, like, subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Let's grow this show, man. That's what we've been trying to do. We're trying to get it out there. We spend a lot of time preparing. So if you could just, like I say, like, share, subscribe, we will appreciate it. And with all that being said, man, I'm your boy J.Hitz.
I'm C-Rob.
And we're the Hit Zone, reminding you to always be stronger than your strongest critic. We out. Peace.
Thank you for watching today's episode. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell. We'll see you next time on the Hit Zone.